Hey everybody, I'm Simming and Oz, and in this series we're going to be converting the empty world of Magnolia Promenade from The Sims 4 into a sprawling underwater world of Bikini Bottom with all of our favourite characters and locations. Let's dive in. Sandy's tree dome. It was at once difficult and very simple to do. The difficulty came early on when we had to do the tree dome. And as you can imagine, I was quite simplistic as I went into this. I just popped down a domed roof and I put a little door on it and I thought, yeah, that'll do. And then I sort of had to recall that we had to fit a tree into this tree dome somehow because the tree is kind of important to Sandy's home because it is her home and we definitely need to be able to fit a tree into it. And I did a little bit of measuring and to my great regret, we were not going to fit a tree or any kind of big substantial tree house into that roof dome. So we did have to sort of elevate the whole dome up by one level and have an actual walls to roof kind of room to it. And this is where the difficulty came in because my Christmas day, it was so annoying. The Sims does not do circular kind of things well. It does not do them. It says it does, but it doesn't quite. She struggles, ladies and gentlemen, and she doesn't do it well. So what I did was I just had to basically play around for quite a while and actually just see if I can get some kind of circular room going with a circular dome on top. And you can still see sort of where the circular room doesn't exactly match up to the circular dome of the roof. It has a little bit of overhang in some places and I sort of tried to blend it in with the trim of the walls and everything, but you know what, you can only do so much and I didn't quite want to impede the view of, Sandy's, walls and everything. I didn't want there to be this massive chunky kind of thing there to take away anything, so I really had to be very subtle. I think I do play around with the trims a little bit. And then in terms of her little airlock, I wanted it to be as canon as I possibly could. So I went in with these Journey to Batuu doors and I sized them up to sort of encompass the entire airlock just because I wanted them to be big and imposing. If they were too small, they wouldn't look correct. And then I went in with this wall art that's also from, I believe, Journey to Batuu. And it sort of signified a kind of, those old-fashioned airlock things where you turn it and it unlocks and you go inside and you turn the thing again and suddenly it's airlocked. I wanted it to be a bit replicating that a little bit. And of course no tree dome of Sandy's is complete without her little picnic table and a little picnic basket. I was very much channeling the episode where SpongeBob comes to visit and he doesn't quite realize what oxygen is. And so he's like, I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. Oh my god, I can't stop quoting. So I did, in honor of that episode, I did put down her little picnic table. I put down some lemonade for them so they can go and drink that. And this little picnic basket and everything, it's very cute. As for the decorations on Sandy's dome, very simplistic, very outdoorsy. She doesn't quite have an interior to her home. I made the executive decision that she was going to sleep and live in a tree house, as she does in canon. Thank goodness we have one of those. So I got her in there and I had her build her little tree house. I put some lights on it and I sort of just decorated around it. So I tried to sort of think what kind of stuff would she need to actually live in her little underwater but sort of oxygenated world. So she's got a little planters, a little woodworking table because she obviously works with a lot of wood. She's got a little picnic table. She's got I gave her some bees and everything because I thought some animals in there would be, make her just feel at home a little bit above ground. And I wanted to replicate her little, she's like she's a squirrel in like a running wheel kind of thing. I wanted to replicate that, so I popped down a treadmill and I sized up a fan that, naturally spins and everything. Now, I will admit, it's not functional. Unfortunately, a sim can't go into the fan to run on the treadmill, but you sort of get what I'm going for. It's like a little hamster wheel kind of thing. It's uber cute, and it's sort of, it is what it is at the end of the day. And then we're just going through with our decorations. I did have to make a decision on how her bathroom was going to work, because obviously we can't fit a bathroom in the treehouse. She can sleep up there, she can relax up there, she can look at the stars through her telescope and everything. However, she did need a bathroom. So I did give her a bush, and I gave her this little outcropping of an outdoor bathroom. It's got like a little woodsy sink, a little woodsy shower, and some decorations. I do eventually give her a proper toilet because I felt really bad about giving her just the bush. So I do give her those things, and I sort of try to blend it in. It's off to the side, and it's got like a drain on the floor and everything, so it's still woodsy, but she's a smart cookie. She knows about, plumbing and everything. As for her hobbies, stargazing, definitely. Science is up there for her. We obviously want her to be, pursuing her karate things and everything. So I did give her a meditation mat. She has got a boxing thing that I imagine is the stand-in for karate, which I thought was really, really fun. Now with the airlock, I decided to be a bit ambitious. I recently discovered if you elevate or sink or kind of, make a little pond in a room, you can actually fill up that little room with just ankle deep water that Sims can actually wade through. I wanted to sort of simulate the wetness of what an airlock would feel like. So as you can imagine, the whole neighborhood is meant to be underwater, in quotes, and then the inside of Sandy's tree dome is meant to be quite oxygenated. So I did make it that the airlock was quite wet, as if it had been draining and she's about to go in and everything. And of course, she has her rocket. I do eventually move the rocket to the pier, just so she has her own little landing pad, and she's got a water tank heater and stuff, but really that's it for our Sandy's dome. It was easy once I got past the absolute terror that was building a circular room within The Sims 4. Oh my goodness. But this is, I believe, part 2 of our SpongeBob Bikini Bottom build save file. So next we'll be doing, I believe, Patrick's house, which is also really interesting. It's not as simple as you'd believe it to be, so that's coming out soon. I hope to see you there. If you liked Sandy's Tree Dome, feel free to give a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.